Ukraine has previously reported the presence of military personnel from North Korea in the Russian-occupied territories. Additionally, the TPRK is preparing 2 units, likely brigades, of 600 people, as stated by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. At least 1,500 North Korean soldiers are already on Russian training grounds, particularly in the Far East, confirmed in Seoul. This development poses a significant threat to the entire international community, and especially to South Korea, which Pyongyang has recognized as a hostile state.
The government calls for the immediate withdrawal of North Korean troops, and if the current military collaboration between North Korea and Russia continues, we will not tolerate it, but will act firmly together with the international community. The government will take gradual retaliatory steps in accordance with the development of military cooperation between Russia and North Korea following the deployment of North Korean troops.
South Korea has been providing humanitarian and financial aid to Kyiv since the beginning of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. The country has joined Western sanctions and imposed export restrictions on the Russian Federation. But as one of the largest arms exporters in the world, Seoul has been hesitant to directly supply weapons and equipment to Kyiv. However, following the DPRK's transfer of weapons and now military hardware to Russia, Seoul's stance may change.
In June, South Korea indicated the possibility of supplying weapons to Ukraine after North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a pact pledging mutual defense. However, Seoul has so far maintained its stance of providing Ukraine with non-lethal humanitarian aid. Among the possible scenarios include sending weapons for defense and attack, from a Yonhap publication.
During the Cold War, the US accumulated a significant stockpile of artillery shells on South Korean territory and sold them to Seoul in the 200s. Thus, South Korea has hundreds of thousands of 155mm shells and 3,400,000 of 105mm shells at its disposal.
The peculiarity of the situation for South Korea now is that they have only K105HT mobile artillery systems, which are in fact improvised saw-on-track chassis. Since 2020, the South Korean army has announced plans to gradually send its K105HTs to the reserve. Consequently, this indicates that at least part of the 3.4 million 105mm shells is excessive for South Korea itself. Therefore, part of this stockpile could be used for direct military assistance to the Ukrainian armed forces, from Defense Express.
Exchange of intelligence information between Kyiv and Seoul, cooperating at the command level, additional financial assistance, and the presence of the South Korea specialists in Ukraine, for example to interrogate prisoners, would all benefit the Ukrainian defense forces, as would the transfer of advanced South Korean military technology.
Another area I have more faith in is the transfer of high-tech military-industrial complex assets to Ukraine, possibly even the co-location of some defense enterprises aimed at the military market of the European Union. This is quite a lucrative market, and it would provide a favorable commercial opportunity for South Korea.
To combat the Russian and now North Korean contingents, the armed forces of Ukraine would benefit from South Korean long-range weaponry, military analysts claim. In particular, the KTSSM-2 missiles, the South Korean equivalent of ATACMS, ballistic missiles from the Henmu-2 family, and ground-based Henmu-3 missiles. Reported by Bastun Katerina Valeria Nikipelova, UATV News.